Hello, and welcome to our first Let's Get It Roasted session powered by Pitch Me Baby. I'm Maciej, co-founder of Pitch Me Baby, and together with us today, joining us today is Adam Bartkiewicz, the general partner at Digital Ocean Ventures Starter, a seasoned investor with a sharp eye for what makes or breaks a pitch deck. Adam has spent, years navigating the Polish startup ecosystem, mentoring startups, investing as a venture builder and as a VC investor, in general, empowering early stage founders to turn bold ideas into scalable ventures. At DigitalOcean Ventures Starter, he specializes in identifying startups that not only innovate but have the structure and storytelling to secure funding and thrive in competitive markets. He's a very candid guy, very honest, straightforward, and very helpful. So do not be fooled by the roast in the name of this session. Adam is going to provide you really straightforward feedback. It is the first time he will see the slides, see the pitch decks, so he will act really as if he opened the decks for the very first time. He'll spend probably a minute or two per slide commenting the way VCs see the decks that are submitted on a daily basis to the venture fund. So once again, please welcome Adam. Adam, please introduce yourself as well, and we'll start with a feedbacking session.
Thank you, Maciej. Hello everyone, and thank you for having me here. As Maciej mentioned, I'm a VC investor, and in DigitalOcean Ventures Starter, we're investing in early stage, pre-seed, even pre-revenue startups in fintech and digital transformation industry. Just to mention, last week I was also involved in, let's say, pitch deck roast session, and the feedback I got is that it wasn't a roast because it was too gentle. So to prepare myself better today, I've spent like over 6 hours meeting with founders. So today I've heard just 20 pitches, 15 minutes each. So I'm just fresh and ready to roast your decks. It's gonna be tough to keep my attention, get attention and keep my attention.
Come on, Adam. It's just 10% more.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a really it's going to be a real roast now. Once I got this feedback, I think I should be even more, maybe more straightforward, as you mentioned. So yeah, I haven't seen any of those pitches, any of those slides. So just honest feedback. Let's say it's going to be like a reaction video to the pitch deck, and I would like to mimic the exact way I think about pitch decks once I get cold pitch deck incoming or warm pitch deck incoming. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we can start. Adam, powered by the 20 talks with wannabe billionaires this morning or this afternoon, is ready.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, that's the attitude. So let's start. The first team that voluntarily, I must say, signed up for this session is elv.ai. So Adam, here is the opening slide.
Yeah, AI startup. Right. So elv.ai protect, grow, and analyze comments. Let's start. Let's scroll this fucking propaganda. Stand refresh. All right.
So what do you see here? What's your first thought?
Like from the just slide and graphic perspective, it's nice, but in terms of content, I don't see that. I don't see the value proposition. I don't see the one exact sentence. What you do? What's your startup about? So I lack the information. What's the startup about? And the opening
does the
slides should be
claim protect, grow, and analyze comments tell you nothing?
protect, grow, and analyze comments. Like, no, it doesn't tell me.
Okay,
Like,
so it's not informative enough.
It's not obvious. I can assume that it's something about content protection, compliance, maybe, but well, it doesn't say exact what the startup is actually providing for users and customers. So I would love to see the one sentence, but very straightforward sentence. What you do? Who's your customer? Who are you helping with this solution? Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
Mhm. All right. Yeah. So the problem statement is pretty obvious, and I can understand it pretty well. So yeah, I would say it's well written, and yeah, and I understand this, and I can feel the pain. I can feel this problem. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's also pretty straightforward. So I understand that this is the solution to protect the brand, my social media channels, yeah, Facebook page, Instagram page, from harmful comments. Mm, I believe this is a third-party solution I can integrate with my social media feed and social media accounts. So this is a very simple yet general description of the solution. I hope that there is more specific description about the exact product on the next slide. But
Okay,
yeah, I understand the solution. Yeah.
so let's check it.
Mhm. Just another slide with description of the solution, but still it's very general. So it's not about the product and features. Well, it's starting. It's just the beginning of the description about the product, but still it's very general. So yeah, I understand. Yet I wanted to learn more.
Okay. So I think we still continue to see the
Yeah. Well, so
the value proposition, because I'm actually not sure what's the proper description to these 3 slides.
Like 3 slides about the solution, but very general slides about the solution. I feel like that this presentation could be like a sales presentation or offering for potential customers, not a pitch deck for an investor. So maybe just 1 slide with general examples what the solution is, reflecting one-to-one to the problem slide, to match and to link the problem with the solution very directly for me as an investor to help me understand the value you provide. 3 slides about the solution, 3 general slides. I think it's too much. Yeah. So that's the quote from the, I don't know, like potential customer, but I don't get the value because it says with AI only solutions we had to manually check comments. We switched to elv.ai. So elv.ai is not AI only solution, but if it's not AI only solution, what's more than AI? in the solution. I don't get it.
Okay.
AI models generate fast.
So now it's a bit more in detail.
Yeah. So AI solution with human touch, let's say. But is it a human moderator from elv.ai, or should it be a human moderator from the customer side? Yeah, well, it's also not clear at the moment, but I understand that it's a combination of AI and automation with this human review. I get it, but I don't know who's responsible for this evaluation of the what comes out of the model.
So that's the missing part in this slide, yeah, from your perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some let's say reason to believe with actual data.
Yeah, it's sort of a traction, right? Not the financial traction, but
like a traction or explanation of the real world effect of the solution. And for me, it's reason to believe. So yeah.
And now, probably the more sexy part from the investor perspective.
Yeah, so the traction is pretty nice. As I invest at pre-seed stage, 150K ARR is pretty good number. It's a pretty good income and revenue. I would say 100 plus paying customers. It's a good traction. Definitely it's not well I'm not 100% sure, but definitely as I can see this slide, it's not a pre-seed stage. It's something like it's a later stage. I believe this startup maybe has different funding before, but still it's pretty impressive.
What about this, let's say, Ego shelf with all the brands and logos? Does this resonate with you at all?
Like I know Forbes, of course. I know CNN. Those three other companies, not aware what they do.
European Commission.
European Commission. Okay, so it's very like it's very small. So European Commission, yeah. So I know three of them. Well, yeah, it's all right. It's a sign of attraction, yeah. So yeah, well, it's pretty good, and yeah, I believe you should keep it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's interesting. So I thought that elv.ai is AI plus humans, and
my first thought exactly.
then I see that AI plus humans is the competition. AI only tools is the competition. Also, I understand that because you wanted to differentiate your solution with AI only tools before. So yeah, I get it. We don't see any specific company here in this competition analysis. Maybe it's all right. I always wanted to see what's your 10x on the competition slide. So
what about these 5 logos below? I would imagine, that's my assumption, that these are logos of the potential competitors. The problem I have is
Yeah, probably Napoleon Cat is basically yeah, in the same industry, pretty similar solution, but those competitors are not, you know, aligned with those
exactly.
two groups. So I don't know, yeah, if we're comparing elv.ai with those two groups and this competition, and it's like the third group, or they also, you know, aligned with those two groups, AI only tools and AI plus humans. That's not clear. So yeah, and the next thing is that I also like to, you know, I like to see that what's your 10x, what's your main competitive advantage. And I also like this on this specific slide. So
well, it's pricing. The only way they compete with AI plus humans is actually in discounted pricing.
because we don't have to hire a human moderator, right?
Yeah, but if you look at the comparison, the accuracy is highest, same as with all the AI plus human solution. Customization is fully available with elv.ai and AI plus humans solutions. So
the
the
price
only thing that differentiates them from competitors is the
is the
pricing.
price. Yeah.
So
But still, in the value proposition, we saw that elv.ai is also a kind of AI plus human solution. So as I understand it correctly, elv.ai provides a human moderation in the system somehow for 77 euros. So maybe yeah, maybe that's the main competitive advantage, the price. So we have this human touch, we have AI algorithm, but for the like pretty amazing price comparison with
from your perspective as an investor, does it make sense to present it in such a way? You mentioned that you're looking for some 10x factor, and honestly, I don't see anything like that
like
here.
10x factor in terms of also technology, some competitive mode, infrastructure, business model. The pricing is like as you said, it's pretty obvious that it could be a differentiator from this AI and human solutions. But as I evaluate AI products and AI startups, I wanted to see this technological moat, something that is really hard to replicate and copy. So that kind of competitive advantage is crucial in evaluating AI startups. I don't want to see another AI wrapper on like GPT model or any open source model. I want to see the real technological competitive advantage, and maybe there is something in technology that elv.ai provides, but
We just don't see it.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next. Now, the team.
I'd love to also see links to your LinkedIn's, guys, because this is the first thing I wanted to click and check and get to know you, your story, yeah, and your background. So I have just one sentence. It's sometimes not enough. Of course, I can Google it, I can check it, but if you wanted to make it easier for me, you can just provide a simple link to your LinkedIn page. It works very, very well all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so the way I look at it, I see only one person that really knows the drill, Miroslava, with 5 years plus experience in AI projects. she's the CTO, and the rest of the guys I just mentioned as co-founders. So I have absolutely no idea what they are responsible for. Not to mention that actually I don't know what they did in the life before elv.ai. I only know that they founded some other companies. That's it.
Yeah, to be honest, when I discuss the team with other VC investors in Poland, we also we always come to the conclusion that your LinkedIn says like everything about you, and if it's complete, if it's updated, and you have all your projects, different experiences well described, and once again updated, because it should be. It says much more than just the team slide about you. So yeah, I would love to see the link and see your approach to make it easier for me to research something more about you, because you don't have the time nor space to include all of those informations on the slide. And the team is the most important thing in a startup at this stage. So, yeah.
Okay. And now the business model.
The business model. Subscription model. Okay. I'm not sure if this is 100% relevant to the like investor speech deck. So you can just include the information about if it's B2B, B2C, B2B2C business model, maybe something about your traction, revenue streams, partnerships. But the whole pricing, it looks more like, once again, like a sales pitch to your potential client or your website. Yeah.
Okay. And now they ask. So in the end, it turns out it's an investor's deck.
Yeah, investors deck, 1.5 million euro. Product marketing, hiring. Okay, and current funding 500K. Right, so like pretty good traction. And yeah, always it's pretty straightforward. Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah, it's clean. Of course, you don't include the valuation. So we have to talk to the startup, meet for a few times to discover, because the ask is just a part of the whole truth. The valuation should be also included at some point. But I get it, and yeah, it's pretty clear.
Okay. And now, what I would imagine is the last slide. So
yeah. So basically, in general, I don't know what the product is. I don't know what is this AI magic. I don't know what is the exact competitive advantage technology-wise. And this is something I really, really wanted to know as I'm evaluating AI startup, because this AI bubble made of AI GPT wrappers, especially in the US. Well, that's the yellow, or maybe even a red flag for me, to look very, very carefully and investigate technology and investigate this mode. I have to be sure that you have something that is really, really hard to replicate. And from this pitch deck, I understand the business model. I understand who is potential customer. I see your traction. It's impressive, but I don't know anything about the product, really. I have some knowledge about the features. I have some knowledge about the value proposition, but I want to know what's behind it. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah.
So would you request some follow-up from the startup if you were to receive a deck like that, or you just forget it?
Well, it depends. If it's if it's warm introduction, I would definitely ask for another meeting or follow up or more information about the product, because it's interesting. Someone is using it. The startup has, as I said, at this stage, really good traction. So I'm interested. Because maybe there is something that I missed. But still, if it's just cold incoming, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. It should be more polished, and yeah, 100% more about the product.
Okay, Adam, that was the first team, and now we can move on to Eterny, which is the second team. And let's roast Eterny. So here's the first slide.
Okay, it's like that as a claim. It's better. I have one question: what kind of documents? If it's related to my personal life or professional life, but still, like intuitively, and yeah, intuitively, I feel like it's about my personal life, but I'm pretty curious what is it really about. So yeah, but the claim is the claim is interesting.
Let's check out. Here is the screenshot. What I
Okay, so the screenshot or a mock-up. But what's on the slide? Let's see how we can help protect you and your family. Okay, so yeah, it's related to my personal life. Okay, so I can choose some options. Well, just the mock-up without any description. It looks like a slide for presenting live, not a slide for sending to an investor. You should, as a starter, you should understand that it's probably a very good idea to have two slide decks, both one for live presenting, like on Pitch Me Baby event in Warsaw or anywhere else in CE and Europe, and the second one for sending. And as I get more and more cold incoming pitch decks, I have less and less time to spend and trying to understand something that is not clear from the first sight. So more descriptions to help me understand what's going on, because I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, so like the first mysterious slide with a mock-up, and then why now, and a lot of information. So yeah, I have to read at least some of them. This is the same. This is the same pitch deck still, like the same.
Yes.
Like I have some intuition. What is it about? And now I know nothing. I know nothing. I'm really confused. I'm really confused. I don't know what is it about.
Okay, so seems like they lost the momentum. They had you interested, and all of a sudden, the design probably didn't help to keep the
design and the content, because like can we see the previous slide, like with this mockup? Yeah, so yeah, well, yeah, I'm really confused. So I thought that it's for managing my like personal documents, and then I see on the next slide I see asset tracking, estate and business management. The slide is combined, the slide about the product and information about the product is combined with information about the market, post-pandemic shift, legislative changes. I wanted to see the problem you're solving. I don't understand what the problem is. I understand that this is slide about why now, but you should start with something simpler and more straightforward, because now it's like really confusing.
Okay, so let's check the market opportunity, or still, sorry, we are still at the problem. I was confused by the bottom slider and let's say agenda at the bottom of the slide. I was expecting the second slide to talk about market opportunity, but yeah, we are still at the problem.
Asset management complexity, but for whom? Entrepreneurs often struggle with managing complex asset portfolios and essential documents. All right. What kind of assets? Like real estate, stocks? I don't know.
Okay, so that's
I like the definition. What's behind managing? Like what's behind managing, and what kind of assets? Because like asset management, let's say in investment banking, is something different than in real estate market. So I don't know what's the goal here, and who's the potential user or the customer. So still it's a pretty confusing. I believe that the team knows exactly what it's about, but for me as an investor, when I see it for the first time, it's a bit complicated.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what the startup really has built it. I don't know what is the problem, what is the solution, and now I see the competitors. Like this is the missed opportunity to explain something.
I have a feeling I understand, but it's obviously not presented in a simple, clear way. I have a feeling that even the name would suggest Eterny. Then you have Wild, Trust and Will as competitors. Legacy Suite. Seems like this is a solution for more like individuals than B2B
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, to address the challenges related to managing your personal assets. In case of death. So
yeah,
what happens?
So that was exactly my first thought. Yeah. It was exactly my first thought, because actually I'm researching this market, because we are researching one very specific startup on the Polish market, and the team was building the very, very similar solution. If our assumptions are correct, and this is the solution about the, like, not even asset management, but some like documents, keys or wills management,
phone numbers,
or accesses, passwords. So if our assumptions are correct, I'm like actively researching this market and competitors and other solutions on the European market. And I've never seen more complicated way to explain what this kind of product could provide. Like, to be honest, 100%. And I saw a few pitch decks. about it. So it's very complicated. Well, it's not easy to explain the value proposition, even if the product is very simple, even if the value proposition is straightforward, because the topic is not easy to talk about. Because it's about death, it's about legacy, it's about money, of course. It's about our assets. So it's not easy to talk about it, of course, but still, I believe that you could have done a better job trying to explain the problem and then the solution. And I feel like it's more, as you mentioned, for personal use, but we saw some quotes about entrepreneurs.
Okay, so let's check the value and solution. Hopefully, we're still at the market. So,
digital estate management.
For me, it's like we almost saw it before, but then again, we saw the description of the problem, which kind of touched on the market sizing. So I'm not sure if two slides addressing more or less the same area are necessary.
And I'm not sure if the complexity is the exact problem that should be solved in this area. Like, I don't know if this is the complexity. I believe it's let's say decentralization of the information about the assets, as I understand the market. I don't know if it's complexity, but yeah, maybe we'll find more on the next slide. Yeah.
Still market opportunity. Now kind of touching on the value proposition for me. Or at least it's mixed with another competitor analysis and the value proposition of features.
This is interesting, like comprehensive platform. What's the definition of being a comprehensive platform in this area? Like, I don't get it. AI-powered automation, maybe there's AI model, something, OCR solution to scan the documentation, maybe yes. Emotional support tools, that's interesting. It means that this is also a solution for the family, maybe. But if I am the main user and I own those assets and I'm preparing myself and my family for me passing away, I don't feel like I would need emotional support tools anymore. So yeah, maybe it's also a solution for the family. Global compliance, yeah, important, because those are very sensitive documents and data, so it's important.
Okay.
Now I get it finally, but I don't know. It's 8th slide. Like, this should be the third one. The first opening, the second with the description of the problem, and then this problem from the especially family perspective, because it's the most important thing for the families, and then the solution. So now I understand.
Really?
I
I'm lost.
understand.
I'm lost here because from the
Okay.
very first moment, I thought we were going to have a solution that is basically helping an individual manage their documents, the assets, like digital assets, crypto in this case. But I think real estate was also mentioned, and some general type assets. And now on this 8th slide, we see that they are focusing on integrating blockchain and transaction analysis.
Because I understand it. I
So,
understand it from the perspective of my first assumption. My first assumption on what the solution is. On my first assumption, what startup is building. And my first assumption was that it is a digital vault, a digital, let's say, safe for my documentation assets that could be centralized, locked on my phone, maybe, and that could be easy accessed by my family after me passing away. But you're right, it's not linked to previous slides. Of course, that's why I said that this should be the third one.
Okay.
But without those previous descriptions, because as we take the pitch deck as a whole, it's very complicated, and yeah, I would be lost. I would be lost also. But I had this assumption, and well,
okay, let's check. Maybe there was more.
it matches this assumption, because I know some competitors on this market. Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's more. Yeah.
Like random slide in the middle of the pitch deck.
My thought exactly. My thought exactly. And to be honest, the storytelling fails here.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
I think this should be also one of the very first slides, because this is basically the problem statement, right?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I personally, I don't believe that. Again, this is the problem that those kind of solutions should solve. But it looks and it feels like a problem statement for you. So if it is, it should be like the second slide on your pitch deck. Now it looks like just a random information about, I don't know, about nothing related to your solution at the moment. Yeah. The solution slide. This is the solution slide. It's if it's right after the problem, it would be well understood. But one concern, because you said that claims assistant for beneficiaries and asset cataloging. My concern is it feasible legally and compliance wise? I don't know. It should be described.
Yeah. Okay, so another one for the features.
Will creator and access management. Yeah, so from legal perspective, for example, in Poland, it will be like visible because the will should be written, handwritten and signed, or officially yeah, let's say signed and written in like I'm not sure what the process is. Yeah, probably, but the like the most popular way to make it 100% legal is make it handwritten and signed. So like digital will creator wouldn't be like feasible. Yeah.
But as an assistant,
maybe as an assistant. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where should I start. Yeah, I'm not sure where should I start. From end of life to value creation. Product roadmap, stages of grief. Okay, so the product should match the Kubler-Ross model and assist the family throughout all of those stages of grief. But it's not the product roadmap. It's like a customer journey. Product roadmap is your plan of developing product, and maybe it should be described like more as now, next, later. What do you want to build in your MVP, and then so it's definitely not a product roadmap. It's more a customer journey.
Okay.
But it's a lot of information, and it's still very complex and complicated. Yeah.
So let's check another one, strategic partnerships. Again, there is so much going on this slide.
Yeah. Go to market. So generally speaking, what I want to see on go to market strategy slide, I wanted to see let's say, how do you want to acquire the first 100 paying customers? That's it. What's your approach? What's your strategy? What's your chain of thought? I see education via strategic partnership, but who's the partner? What company? What kind of company? What industry?
So it's like every possible keyword or set of keywords.
It's like I see. Yeah. But I see many like custom keywords, custom and random at the same moment. So yeah, well, still
okay,
confusing and a bit random, like without a strategy and without a structure to tell a story or to explain what's your business about. And the go-to-market strategy, if you're at pre-seed stage, is one of the most important questions from the VC.
Okay, so now some numbers.
So the waiting list is also a good sign. It's a sign of market validation. So I like that you've made some effort to collect those emails, to like build a website, maybe run the first campaign or social media, etc. So it's always a good sign. Break-even point in the middle of 2026. nice information about founders' capital invested. It's all right. The ask, yeah, the valuation. Thank you for that. um, and the information about your strategy to fundraise after the pre-seed round, not relevant. Well, it's like, yeah. From the practical point of view, well, you don't have to put this information in the pitch deck.
Yeah. And now the team. There's definitely more information than in the previous pitch deck.
Yeah. Yeah, what's interesting that Martina has experience at Unica Ventures, and basically this is I think CVC fund, but they're also funding very similar solutions on the European market. So I believe that maybe the idea comes from own experience of the founders. So that's one, like, let's say, bright point, that maybe the team understands the market. That being said, with much travel explaining the chain of thought and the startup to potential investors, I don't see anyone with legal experience. I would love to see a lawyer, maybe, or someone with experience from insurance company.
Okay. So,
but yeah, definitely more information than on the previous pitch deck. So, like, this is like.
But also missing information on your LinkedIn profiles.
Yeah.
So, guys,
LinkedIn profiles are like worth much more than those few words on the pitch deck. So yeah, please always make sure to include a link to make it easier for investors to investigate your profile. Yeah,
especially in the deck that is sent out to potential investors, right?
Yeah.
Because the LinkedIn link won't make sense in a pitch deck that is presented during a pitching session, but obviously makes a difference for an investor opening an email. Okay. And now closing remarks, probably. Is it important from your perspective as an investor? I mean, I know you are involved in a startup accelerator that is focused on impact ventures, but you know.
Yeah, for like impact for this kind of startup and for this kind of solution, I think it's relevant because basically we are working in this impact industry, working on solution that could help individuals managing their documents and maybe preparing themselves and their families after their that they passed away. But from my personal point of view, this statement could be a bit it adds a bit more to this mess in the whole pitch deck.
So let's check if there is
because
more.
It's a different value proposition. It's, I don't know, like third or fourth different value proposition in this pitch deck.
Okay. Oh, now we have it in even more detail.
Yeah. So if you're applying to an accelerator that is that is operating in an industry where impact startups are most welcomed, and where partners are impact investors, it could be helpful. For a pitch deck, for any other kind of investor, it's not that important.
Okay. And I guess that's it. So that was the last slide in our read through of two
Yeah,
pitch decks
yeah.
today.
Yeah, so the general feedback, especially for the second team, like I'm a bit disappointed because I think you're building something very, very important. Like it's in a few years, I think that those kind of solutions will be adopted in the market, and I personally believe that it's like crucial to have technology involved in this matter. That being said, from the pitch deck perspective, just investor perspective, as I see your story and as I see your product today, it's a bit messy, full of assumptions, full of features that are not easy to explain, and you've somehow failed explaining it. So yeah, this is that my, like, let's say, small disappointment. Still, I believe you're doing something that is crucial, and I keep my fingers crossed because it's just your pitch deck. You can always improve it, but still you're building your company, you're building your solution, and yeah, I'm really happy that there are more teams in Europe working in this industry. For the first team, I believe that you can always explain your product better, and as an AI startup, you should always think about explaining this technological advantage, unfair advantage, and moat, because it's crucial for investors, especially if you have this AI bubble perspective and how much money were wasted on AI wrappers. So make sure that you stand out, even in the pitch deck. And yeah, congratulations for attraction. So it's truly something that you've achieved.
Okay, thank you, Adam, for your feedback. We'll add contact details directly to Adam and his team. So if anybody wants to send a cold email with a pitch deck, if you are brave enough to challenge your product, your team with DigitalOcean Ventures starter.
Yes, of course. Of course, you can write directly to my email, or on LinkedIn. Of course, on dov.vc we have also a submission form for your pitch decks. It's also quite complex and not easy to went through because it's on purpose. It shouldn't be easy to just send a pitch deck to a venture capital firm, but always the best way to approach a VC is a warm introduction. So if you see anyone on my LinkedIn page and contact list that you know, and you know that this person could help you get to the venture capital. It's not only about myself and DigitalOcean Ventures, but generally speaking, if you're approaching a venture capital, a warm introduction is always a better way to introduce yourself and to get more potential attention from the VC, to be honest, than just cold email or cold pitch deck.
Okay. Thanks, Adam, again. Like I said, we'll add contact details later. And once again, congratulations to both teams, elv.ai and Eterny, for finding the courage to stand up to this challenge, to this road. I hope it wasn't too brutal. And yet I hope it will be really informative for both teams and for anybody else who watched the whole recording. So stay tuned for more. And yeah, thank you again, Adam.
Thank you, and see you.
See you next time.